Trying to get rid of that damn that's over there.
The light behind you.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Happy Happy Valentine's Day too, by the way.
Thank you.
You know, another Hallmark holiday where lots of money is spent on chocolate.
All right.
And there's your other. You have one more. Is this another camera? Oh, no. Okay, you got it.
All right.
All right. And we're here live on the Pirate broadcast. Can you see that?
I didn't know we were live the whole time.
Oh, heck yeah. We're live. We're rocking and rolling. Because, Ted, you know, if I schedule a Facebook Live,
Yeah,
and I schedule a Facebook, if you don't go live after a period of time after it's scheduled, it'll drop down and it'll delete the live stream.
So answer me this, because we're on. So is this on LinkedIn and on Facebook?
This is on Facebook, LinkedIn,
Okay,
Periscope, and YouTube.
excellent. Okay, and on Facebook, you go in behind the scenes and you schedule it. That's cool. I've only dealt with LinkedIn Live from Motor City, so I'm not familiar with how that works. So that's interesting. I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, happy to help, man. Anytime.
Absolutely. Thanks.
So happy Friday, Ted. We haven't talked since the last time we were live with you.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I see your lives here and there, and I see you on LinkedIn, and you're active, and you got some major activity going on this year. 2020 is going to bust it out for you, it sounds like.
Yeah, some pretty exciting stuff. Yesterday, all I did really was interview people for our machine tool shop and some additional support staff. So good stuff. Really excited. We're really busy. I love hiring people. We're up to almost 40 people.
Oh, congratulations.
No, I really enjoy it, and helping people out and having them help us out. It's a win-win, so that's always fun.
Yeah, no kidding. Growing is a challenging endeavor because there's also some responsibility with that, right? And you've been doing this for a while, so how do you deal with the stress of ownership and accountability and all of these responsibilities that you have? Because it's like you coach hockey and you drive across town or across a couple of states to meet with people, and you got a busy life. So one of the things that I'm always fascinated by is how different people manage their stress levels and what they do as an outlet to just relax and just be okay with it.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm just going to do what I always do, and that's just be me. So like this week, I had some sales calls in Chicago, which I know the Blue Angels, if anybody's tuning in, I know we got a trip planned. I can't wait to see a lot of people in person because we've been talking for years on LinkedIn and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Today's a pretty cool day for me. Yesterday was 75 days sober, and so today's 76, and it's interesting handling things differently, right? Before, when I was locked up in that vehicle all week, and I had close to a 6-hour drive home, and I'm dealing with traffic and stuff, the first thing I did when I got home was grab a drink, and unfortunately sometimes grab a few more than I wanted to.
Yeah.
So this week it was kind of difficult to have a challenge. I just went for a workout. Workout's one of the best things I do. I do a lot of push-ups. I had Ed Zia, who's on from Australia, who's always doing his push-ups online. That helps me. I do sets of 50, like 3, 4, 5 a day. That helps. I go for a run. I walk the dogs. If I can get to the gym, I do that. Chasing a hockey puck or coaching kids is probably the best way to de-stress. Or depending on the mood, if I've already gotten my workout in and I'm doing stuff, I'll turn on Netflix and watch a movie or watch an NHL game with my daughters and my wife. So those are the few things I'm doing. The stress is difficult. It's always there. It's there for everyone, no matter what field you're in.
Yeah.
So you got to find out what works for you. I'll definitely say in the summer, I like walking the dogs more. I go for a walk personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the lunatic walking down the sidewalk, talking out loud, strategizing business, strategizing my life, doing all these things. Or even though I live kind of in an urban setting in Royal Oak, Michigan, I go for a lot of bike rides that I really, really enjoy. So those
Yeah.
are a few things.
Fantastic. I really think that a lot of people are, especially with social media and online, it takes a lot of time and effort and energy to get online and do what you do. And, the things that we're doing, we're always reaching out and connecting with people and building relationships. And relationships, I love creating relationships. I love building relationships. And I love these kind of conversations. And it does take time and effort and energy. And I've started walking again. I was a real advocate, and when the boys were growing up, we were mountain bike crazy, and we go mountain biking all the time. And I've been on several road bike trips, and that really releases a lot of stress from me and gets me active, and so that is really a great strategy. Also, every time I wake up, I wake up and I type in my computer. I have a screen that I type in that a lot of gratitude. I have a lot of gratitude for everything I got going on. Mom and dad are okay. Life is good. I don't have to worry about too much. I do have responsibilities and requirements in my life, and stress. And so you just have to find ways to release it. So, but you're growing this year again, and you're hiring people, and that's a good thing, and that's a gift that you can give the community, and that has to give a certain amount of you know pride in what you're doing, and growth in what you're doing. You just I know you I I know you received a fairly large contract with one of the camp. Is it Fastnail?
Yeah, Fastenal. Yep.
And talk a little bit about that, because those are like moments that you can celebrate, right? If you can
Absolutely.
help more people, that's a celebration to me.
So with these guys, what I love about them is they're aggressive. Anybody who knows me knows I'm aggressive. It's in my blood. I can't take it out. I love it. It's a curse at times, but it's a lot of fun. What I love about these guys, they sold 5 billion last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking. My back.
Your battery's going?
Sorry, Russ. Somebody tried to call me.
No, that's okay.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Pain in the ass. I'm sorry, Russ. We tried to go live off of the computer, and we had a problem because I have StreamYard.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we're going to continue going on since I can't hear
Just
you,
keep talking.
I'm just going to finish what I was saying. So with Fastenal, what I'm just excited about is they're a really aggressive outfit. They're looking for growth. They're growing like crazy. They're on site at all these manufacturing facilities that we do, and that's what I love to do, is travel the country and call on facilities. I can see on my screen somebody's leaving me a voicemail. When they're done leaving me the voicemail, hopefully I can hear you again. If you happen to be multitasking, leaving me a voicemail and watching LinkedIn Live and on Facebook, please finish up your voicemail. America wants to talk to these two bearded gentlemen. And what can you possibly still be talking about on my voicemail, Mr. 245 area code? Voicemail still coming through, apparently. I apologize. We tried to do this on laptop.
This is the beautiful thing about it.
Couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't get. I'm doing this on my phone. Russ,
This is the beauty. This is the
me.
beauty. Can you hear me now?
Save me, Russ.
Yeah.
This is beyond frustrating. We're at the 10-minute mark, and we've hit a major explosion.
Life is good, man. Life is good. It's Valentine's Day. And here's what we can do.
I am trying, but this is beyond frustrating.
Yeah. Exit. Let's see. Here, Ted. Exit and return. We'll see. Well, the Adventures of Ted and Russ show are just one of those things that are on a Friday. It's been a busy week, and we're all in there, and we're doing some things that are really, really amazing stuff. We got some things that are taking place, and we have some things that are like, this year is going to be 2020 is going to be amazing year. And I know Ted has some things going on. The Blue Angels are meeting in Chicago. Love to go up there and meet everybody and connect with everybody in LinkedIn. The reality is that there are so many opportunities out there that you have an amazing option to actually go in there and watch what's happening and be with people around and, build relationships. Develop those relationships in what you're doing and make sure that you have an opportunity to be connected to people. Here's Ted back. We're back. We're back, Ted.
Oh man, anybody that knows me knows how frustrated I possibly am, but I'll try to smile and pick it up.
I think you're probably one of those individuals that would rather drive across town than try to deal with technology.
Yeah, we'll just move past it. Like I said, though,
yeah,
we tried to do it on the laptop, and the laptop won't work because I got StreamYard. So there we are. But anyways, no, great stuff going on. I actually had just a fantastic week. Actually, I got a really bad cold that came out of nowhere yesterday, and I took some meds about 30 minutes ago, and it knocked it out of my nose. So I feel like I sound decent. I sound better, but it.
You got that deep radio voice.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not one of these colds that's going around that other people have had that keep coming and going for weeks. I had it in December. It went away, and I felt fantastic. So
yeah.
But anyways, thanks so much, Russ, and I appreciate you putting up with me.
No worries at all. I've been in tech so long that I've seen just about everything, and nothing is very seldom do I get surprised by things that break. And reality is, Ted, that it's amazing that the internet even works. All of these connections, and we couldn't do this 5 years ago. I was building a network like this 5 years ago, and my goal is I want to be able to have, just like you're doing in your business, you have a live broadcast and you have some individuals in your company that are really doing amazing work on LinkedIn. And I applaud you for the time and effort you guys put into it.
Thank you.
And I have to believe, and I want to hear you tell me your actual results, is it has to have some impact on the bottom line of what you're doing.
Some impact is an understatement. It's amazing what the feedback is and what the results are. Very quantitative. We get a lot of leads. Elisa Rodriguez works for us. She was a subcontractor that I worked with for years, but she was under contract with a lot of different companies, and she came on board really somewhere around the mid to late summer of last year. And she's really helped us with our website. She's helped us with helping Mandy Jollis on LinkedIn, and she's doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But she helps all of us. Everybody works together as a team. We collaborate. We come up with different ideas for content. We help each other just by promoting each other on on different posts and things. We're doing LinkedIn Live, as you know. We're doing a lot of different things, but the feedback is huge. We go to trade shows across the country, and literally we have people walk up to us all the time and talk to us. Nick Gollner has a podcast that's the largest in the manufacturing industry called Making Chips. Pretty cool. We talked about the Blue Angels and going to Chicago. They actually film in Chicago, so I'm going there in a couple of weeks to do that. So not only am I getting exposure on LinkedIn, and we work a lot with influencers and different people that are on the platform, we're now breaking into the metal cutting machine tool world for social media, because this is taking over every media. And now we're hitting our target audience even more. I don't mind being very straightforward with our strategy. Our strategy was, there's not always a lot of people in our particular industry online. There certainly are, but they can be hard to reach and hard to get to. So our strategy was hit the biggest audience possible so that we can hit our audience. But now that we're tapping directly into that audience directly, and we're hitting the streams and the podcasts that they're on, it's kind of becoming more of that 1-2 punch. And I absolutely love it. I celebrate it. I'm thinking about it on a regular basis and how we can do it more and how we can do it better. And because I enjoy it, it's kind of like a side hobby that helps the business, and we're just having fun, and I look forward to seeing what's next.
Well, it removes the friction from having a conversation, because the thing that I've discovered along the way, Ted, is that you're out there, you're putting some ideas, whatever it happens to be, right? And then when you connect and you do a couple of direct messages, or you start having a conversation, when you pick up the phone, people are familiar with what you're doing and why you're calling. There's a purpose involved. Or you go to a live event, and like you said, the trade show, people come up to you and they recognize who you are and what you're doing and why you're there. And it just removes that awkwardness of, it's like you could make 100 cold calls and not make the same impact as doing one live video.
Absolutely. And, one of the hardest things in our industry is to get people to come tour your facility. We have a really nice facility in Detroit, and a lot of people have already seen it. And with the technology and the way LinkedIn is, I can shoot a video, put it online, and a lot of people see it, but then I can go to the share option on it, and I can text it to somebody and say, hey, check out my LinkedIn post. Here's a tour of our facility. And now they're getting to check it out, and they're helping us promote it. And if they like or comment on it, now it's going out to their coworkers and the people that are in a sister plant in another state. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of things that we don't even know that are happening. I can't even connect the dots. And that's what I like about it,
Yeah. Well, and they don't even have to get it in their vehicle and drive across the country to look at your thing, because your products and services, or your shop, or your facility, and it's just a way to build a relationship. And you're Absolutely. A total relationship guy. I mean, I know that from a fact in our conversations and everything, that it's like, let's figure out what we can do to work together. It's like one of those conversations.
It absolutely is. And the hardest thing in anything, I think, in business and sales, anything, it's getting people to give you a shot. And if you get people to give you a shot, then you got to earn their business, and you got to earn their repeat business. Go out and, why do people buy so much from Coca-Cola or Nike or McDonald's? Because their advertising is great, but people like the product enough to come back and keep buying and keep returning. If Coca-Cola is out there as big as anybody else, maybe Pepsi second in charge. But whichever one you like, right, you're going to try it, and you're going to keep going back for it. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to spread the word, get people to give us a shot. And I think our growth speaks to the fact that people are coming back, right?
Well, I love the idea of what you're doing. And I have to give you a hat tip applause, a round of silent applause for Ted and the team over at Motor City Spindle, because I love what you're doing on LinkedIn. I love the fact that I know there's a lot of individuals in your industry that may not necessarily go to social media for first thing in the morning. And what it does is it's association with other individuals, and you start getting some authority, and you build invisibility and all of those things that you need in order to build that opportunity to have the people walk in the door and then win their business, right? It's easier to start a conversation when somebody can see you in the face and know what you're doing and know what you stand for. It's like, hats off to you, man. I love that.
Well, thank you. I definitely do appreciate that. And it's, it's surrounding myself with great people, not only within my organization, but working with people like you guys at the Blue Angels, and look at what that group's doing. It's all about kindness. We're trying to get some other things going about kindness and doing things for the right reasons. So I just applaud it. And I think that these platforms can be used for great things, not just vanity statistics, not just inflating our own egos. And that's what I think a lot of us are doing. And I think that's what's really making it grow, is the authenticity. And it's I just love to see what happens organically. And, like you mentioned it before, 2020, it's exciting. You can't wipe the smile off my face,
Oh, it's wonderful experience. Hey, I just want to give a shout out a couple of people in the room here, Ted. Angie, yeah, she wants to go to Chicago. So Sherry Philsinger. Sherry, I'm actually Jill Sullivan started something, Ted. I don't know if you know this or not, but over a year ago, Jill goes, Russ, why don't you have shirts? Why don't you have the Kindness is Cool shirts or 2-minute tips, or, so I finally, my admin, my sister actually got that started, and she's got that going. So Sherry bought a shirt. A couple of people have bought clothes and coffee mugs. I got coffee mugs too, but it's just this whole purpose of kindness is cool and smiles are free. You can make a difference in somebody's day by doing something very simple.
Love it.
It doesn't require a whole lot of effort. It doesn't require, an investment of weeks and time and months. It's just like, make it simple. Do something kind. Diana, thank you so much for being here. Mandy, feel better, Ted. She says, feel better, Ted.
She knows. She's been putting up with me, and she told me how awful I sounded about an hour ago. And she's like, "Are you going to cancel?" I'm like, "No, I'm not canceling. If I sound bad, I sound bad. Oh well."
Oh, not the end of the world. Gabriel, thank you so much for being here. And here's the beauty of it, Ted, is it's only temporary, right?
Yeah.
This will pass too. We'll get past this, and it's just to deal with it while we can and enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, because I was thinking about the same concept yesterday. It's like, okay, I got cataracts. I got to go have cataract surgery, but that reminds me that I can see, right?
Yeah.
I got, my knees are sore, but it reminds me that I can walk. I have aches and pains, but it reminds me I'm alive. Let's be thankful and have gratitude for what we have and what we can build on, rather than think about what we don't have and what we're, woe is me kind of stuff. Don't be a victim. So
I listen, 100%. My back's sore because I've been working out a lot. My legs are aching. My quads and my hammies are what take it the most from hockey. And I don't like it that those 20 and 30-year-olds are blowing by me so much on the ice, but I'm absolutely ecstatic that I'm still on the ice. When I was 20, 25, I started playing with a different group leading into my late 20s. And I used to look at these 40 and 50-year-olds and going, oh my God, how are these guys still playing?
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful that I can continue to play. And I hope I'm playing into my 60s.
Yeah.
But like you said, I'm just so grateful to be out there. And another shameless plug, for me and my family, but I'm just so elated, so joyful, so happy that I'm able to coach, and that I'm able to spend time with my daughters, and that they absolutely love it. And I'm just very, very blessed in that respect. And I'm very, very thankful for it.
Yeah. Well, and in coaching, that's just another relationship building tool that, if you could bring that team together, and everybody doesn't have to be a rock star, but everybody has to work together to have a rock star team, right?
yeah, everybody's got to know their role. They gotta do what they gotta do, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know where I'm going with this, and I don't know where we'll tie it in, but I think it's great. All the parents that help and the parents that give us the feedback.
Yeah.
But we get feedback from the parents where they say, well, why don't you try this and why don't you do this? And it's like, it's interesting because sometimes the answers to us and what they want us to communicate and what we're communicating, it's not easy. It's not as easy as just saying, you need to do this in our zone or this in the neutral zone, or do this type of breakout, or use this type of different give and go technique. That's obvious. You can draw it up, you can talk about it, you can show it, but reaching each kid individually, reaching different groups of the team, and how to actually communicate it and get the results, that's the interesting part. You try something and it doesn't work, you got to try a different approach. You try it 10 times, it still doesn't work. Okay, how am I going to keep trying to do this in a fun way without frustrating yourself and the kids, and actually make it happen? And when sometimes it takes 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's like doing it, you're like, oh my God, we played a great team a week ago, and literally the coaches and we kept looking around on the bench. We're like going, what's going on? We've been talking about this like for the last 90 days, and now it's happening. Like this is insane. But it was so much fun. I mean, we were making 4 or 5 great passes and then scoring goals, and then I don't know. It was just
it all
fun.
came together.
Yeah.
So that's just like the Pirate broadcast. We had some challenges. We had to work through it, and it came together. It's like,
nobody call me for the next 5-10 minutes, please. I hope. That's my only fear, because I keep getting alerts on emails and text messages and stuff. So, but you know what? It's got a huge smile on my face. My eyes are.
That's the way to start the day, though, Ted. This is why I do this: is having interesting conversations just like this, and there's always a nugget of knowledge that comes out of it. And what I want to do is bring that together. Is like, just like coaching a team of hockey players, it's like life. You have all these relationships. Some people react and respond to one type of, interaction. Some people react and respond to another type of reaction. You're in the face-to-face person. Other people are email. It's the only way you can talk to them is through email. The other people are phone calls. They just like to have phone calls. Everybody's different, so you have to learn how to react and respond to each one of those circumstances to get everyone working together.
You do. And, going back to the, what's the return on LinkedIn? Some people want to check you out. They want to learn about you before they even want to meet with you. Right. And that's one of the things that LinkedIn does. That's one of the things that the videos about our building do, or about our employees, or about the product, or just seeing what kind of person you are, so there's so much out there. There's so much that these different platforms can do. And that's one of the things we're doing. You mentioned that we're on several platforms right now. I kind of always revert back to LinkedIn, but I got some new employees. Shannon is brand new to the team this week. She's doing a great job. And, I had never actually watched anything on TikTok before today. And she told me, she started showing me some stuff that all these guys in the machine tool industry are doing. And I never thought in my wildest dreams people would be doing that, but I guess it's a pretty cool platform. Instagram, I guess, is growing. Facebook is still a challenge for us. We're not really big there.
Yeah.
But things change over the years, and like I don't know. We're just dipping our toes in the water and seeing what works.
Well, I enjoy it and I appreciate it, and I wanted to bring you on and talk about it because I know for a fact that you've made an impact on LinkedIn at several layers, a lot of levels, and with the Blue Angel group and just our conversations and our communication back and forth. And I was on your live stream, and the fact that you're there putting it out there and removing the friction for people to get to know you is huge. It's absolutely huge. And I think that a lot of people can adopt that behavior of just being open and honest and just putting yourself out there and saying, hey, I do this work, and if you need my help, I can help you if I'm the right person for you. Because 10 people could do the same thing, and you just have to learn which one you want to work with. It's a personality thing, and it's not good or bad. It's not a judgment, or it's not, not a deficit. It's just, hey, I like to work with Ted. I like what he does. I like his shop. I like his team, and I want to go work with him. And so that's the decision they make. And being on social media, where the first place people go is search, Google later and search you and find out, and then LinkedIn comes up quite a bit. It's you're showing up, and if you don't show up, that's a sign. And the people that aren't taking advantage of being online are losing an opportunity, in my opinion. So
I absolutely think so. And I think that anybody that doesn't see, how it's evolving and how it's becoming more relevant, more prevalent, I just don't see how anybody can't acknowledge that. Look at what you're seeing in the law changes about people on their cell phones. How many times do you look at your phone in a day?
Yeah.
The statistics are mind-boggling, and it's kind of an addictive platform. All of them, and
Yeah.
all of them are pretty similar, but they can be extremely positive. I've been doing some different things, networking with different people that have helped me in different aspects of my life. One of the guys I had on who's really big on LinkedIn, but also on Facebook and some other platforms, is Terry Bean.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a
Terry.
coach. Yeah, I had Terry on.
He's a pirate.
We talked for an hour. After about 20 minutes, I think we forgot we were even on LinkedIn Live. But he's doing a bunch of TED Talks. He's doing a huge TED Talk this fall. And
Yeah.
it just shows how it can transform your life. Olivia, right? In the Blue Angels. Look at, she just landed her dream job. She's setting the world on fire.
Oh,
And,
she's
wipe
awesome.
the smile off her face, right?
Yeah.
Corey Warfield, who was on with us.
Yeah.
He's doing some things with Shedwall and Eunice. She's out there changing the planet for human rights. So
Yeah.
all these people are doing a lot of things that are helping their lives, but I think just as importantly, if not more importantly, they're helping others. We're on LinkedIn doing a lot. We're selling spindles, slanging spindles, and all that stuff, but we're doing more than that. And that's what makes me feel good.
Yeah. Well, what it does for me, and the way I look at it, is that it sets an example of what others can do. It's like, so someone can say, hey, if Russ can do it, I can do it too, right? And it's like, you just have to do it. Sometimes you just have to decide, like you've made a decision at some point in time, said, hey, I'm going to do this live thing. And it's not because you're technically, you've been dreaming about this for life. It's just like, hey, this is something that's interesting and I can have fun doing it. And it's like, let's make it happen. And like I said, I love it. I love the fact that we're here. I love the fact that we're connected. And I'm going to have to check out the Chicago. I've been off a little bit. I've been in Houston, and I moved my son, and some life things happen. And so I've been kind of a little bit quiet, but I'm getting ready to dive back into getting more activity going, and it's been busy. I mean, life is good. I have no complaints. Like I said, everything's going well, and I love the idea that we can get on these live videos and have a conversation like this. But I want to wrap it up because I know you're busy, and it's you might want to take off because it's Valentine's Day, and do something tonight. I don't know. Just saying, and go out. So what's the one thing that you'd like to share with the community here about what you're doing and why it matters?
I would just say that, a lot of people want to do a lot of planning. A lot of people want to change things in their life and do better things, do bigger things. That's what I did with Motor City. I said, I don't want to die knowing that I didn't give it a chance. So to me, there's a huge phrase I use all the time. There's a lot of them, and I'll tie them all in together. But one is crush your timidity and fear. If you're afraid of something, get out there and do it. If you're not doing your own marketing and you feel like you should be, just do it. Once you do it and it doesn't kill you, it doesn't maim you, you're going to see some positive feedback, and just keep doing it more. And the other one is pretty much the same, and that's do it now. When you're afraid and you have that timidity and fear, the best thing to do is just to jump into action. You know,
Yeah.
we all need to plan. We want to have the best idea, the best anything. You know, if you're making dinner, you want to come up with the best idea in the world, the best recipe, the best this and that. But you just got to dive in and do it. And then you're going to get better at it as you evolve. But if you never get started, you can't go through that evolution process. So, you know, shake off that timidity and fear, do it now, and just, you know, get better as you go. Don't try to start out with perfection. None of us are perfectionists. None of us are doing everything right. We're never going to, but it's the journey. And the advice I'm going to give, because I need to listen to it and I need to follow, is enjoy the journey as well. Sometimes I get a little too destination focused. You asked for one thing per usual. I deliver a dozen. It's inherent in me. Anybody who knows me knows it, but that's my advice, and I hope it helps a few people.
I love it, Ted. I love it. And I appreciate you, and thank you so much for taking the time to do this today. And challenges notwithstanding, it's like it's a breath of fresh air and a great way to end the week. So thank you. Kindness is cool. Smiles are free. And you enjoy the day.
Thanks, Russ.
Have a good one.
All
Have a
right.
wonderful weekend, man.